Well, welcome to the Nest, where today the Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks JV baseball squad is going to be taking on the Archie Williams Peregrine Falcons on a beautiful Friday afternoon. My name's Bill Graham. I'm going to be with you today this afternoon, bringing you TAM TV. My partner Carter Zinn will be joining us shortly. The managers are just having their home plate pregame meeting as the Hawks are getting ready to go. So the Hawks come in after facing the Falcons on Tuesday away, and they took the loss against the Falcons. Falcons came out strong. They had good pitching and limited the Hawks to 3 hits, which made it tough on them to get a whole lot of runs. So Hawks dropped that one 10-1. So you know that's going to be on their mind as they take the field. Hawks are going to be looking to get one back from these guys. On the mound, we're going to have Nicky Welter, and we'll bring the rest of the lineup shortly. No, hey, what's happening? Yep. Welcome to the booth, Carter. I was just doing our intro, bringing us in here.
Right on, Bill. Great to see you, man.
Great to see you. It's been a while since we've been in the booth. It feels like forever.
Well, it was in the early part of the season, but all the boys are back, and I think these boys want to win today, Bill.
They do. That loss on Tuesday stung a little bit, and I know they want to bounce back from that with at least putting up some solid runs on the board today.
Yeah, the offense has been a little behind schedule the last few games. The Mill Valley boys have had in this age group, have a long-running history against the West Marin boys. They've had a really great, series and all-stars. It's gone either way over the years, but I would go as far as to call it a rivalry.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we always talk about Redwood, but Archie, these guys have always been tough. We've always battled hard against these West Marin fellas.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if you were there for the 12. I think it was the 12U game at Boyle. With West Marin, where they thought they'd hit a home run and the call was foul, and I thought we were going to have a civil riot on our hands. Were you there on that game?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I don't know if you were there. Yeah, that was those who were there won't forget it.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to hand the West Marin team is they're super enthusiastic. They get a lot of chatter going, you got to take your hat off to them.
Yeah, they got a strong program, and that was on display on Tuesday with some really, really strong pitching. Limited the Hawks to 3 hits.
Narendra and I were right behind, with the luxury of radio, we were right behind home plate, and we were really impressed with the pitcher, even though I mispronounced his name throughout the entire game. His dad finally told me how to say it.
All right, well, we got number 9 at the plate here for the Falcons. He's going to take a first ball. Ball 1. Nicky Welter on the mound, throwing to George Graham behind the dish.
All right, let's see what we got here.
There we go. Called strike for strike 1. Carter, do you want to do play-by-play, or you want me to do play-by-play today?
You're the boss, man. Whatever
you know what? I'll let. Why don't you do play-by-play? You're good at it.
All right. Well, until you say otherwise, you got it, man.
All right.
Thanks for that. So, yeah, and welcome back to George, man. Love having him on JV. I know there's a need for him in varsity from time. He's a great baseball player, but I can tell you from firsthand that we're very happy to have him here.
Well, that's very kind of you. He's fired up to be playing with the JV squad and really having a chance to make an impact. You know, it was great on varsity. He had some good reps for a period of time, but then once the staff above him got healthy, it's good for him to be back.
Yeah. All right, 2-2. And there's a foul ball and a. How do you like Nicky's curveball, Bill? It's just got such a sharp break to it.
Yeah, he's coming out fierce with that curve. Not afraid to air it out there, hooking it in from the right side as a lefty there.
And he'll throw it with 3 balls. I've seen him do it. All right, here's the 3-2. And, oh, sorry, that was a 2-2. So now a high and outside fastball brings us to a full count on the leadoff hitter, Springer. He led off last on Tuesday as well. Swinging the pink bat today. That one's high for ball 4. So Nicky lets that one go. Walk to start off the game for Archie. I want to do a shout out to Mike Hokenadel for bringing me a nice blank scorebook, but I got here so late I don't have time to write in it. Now we got young Rode stepping in, number 2 hitter. Runner on first, nobody out. That ball's high and away. He gets away from George, and that's going to send Springer down to second.
Well, the Hawks are going to need to limit mistakes like that. They're going to try to get out ahead on these guys. This is a tough squad.
Yeah, that was a little outside. George will probably want that one back, but see if we can limit the damage here. 1-0 to Rode. That one bends in nicely for a strike.
That was a beautiful curve. Let's go around the infield here. We got today we've got who's our first baseman? Seaburn. What's his first name?
Oh, that's gosh darn it. Why'd you
Callum?
No. I know this. Dang it.
Put you on the spot.
You sure did. That is just missed outside for a ball. 2-1 to Rode. Oh, man, you're killing me.
Oh, no, here. I know how to get it.
Cal! It's Cal.
Cal, there we go.
I've only coached him 3 different seasons. Gosh darn it.
It's not easy keeping track of all these guys.
No, it's not. 2-1 pitch here. There's a fastball fouled back. Nice pitch down and away by Welter.
All right, well, we got Cal Byrne at first. We've got Dylan Murphy at second. Heath Hockenettle playing shortstop today, and Gail O'Brien over at third.
Oh, wow. I haven't even looked up.
Yeah.
Where's Will? Where's everybody?
Yeah, we'll do the outfield in a minute.
Great. There's a curveball staying outside. And again, for the second batter in a row, we go to a full count.
The outfield and right field, we've got Colton Zinn. In center field, we've got Will Weir. And in left field, we've got Seamus Maurer.
Got it. Great. Fastball by Nicky, fouled back. So that must mean we're down. Who would we be down that we have this arrangement? Will would normally play short. You said Gale's in left?
Gale's at third today.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? George is normally at third.
Oh, there you go.
George is catching.
There you go.
So that's a bit of a shell game now.
There you go. And there's a curveball staying outside, so we've got 2 leadoff walks. You know what I'm wondering, Bill, and did you have the injury update on springtime, Ben Spring?
No, I have not gotten an update on that one. That's a good question.
The fact that the arrangement is as it is makes me wonder if Ben's not sitting this one out, because he got hit on the hand on Tuesday.
Yeah. Where's Ben usually playing?
He'll play left. He and Gale kind of share left, so that suggests to me maybe that's what's going on. All right, now we got a fastball in the outside corner, strike 1. We got Manning stepping in, the third place hitter. Tam does not want to start out. You know, I think Archie put 4 runs on in the last game, Bill, if I recall.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat that. Here's the 0-1. That's high and away. 1-1 to Manning.
If we think about this defense, once you move George to catcher, now you got to put Heath somewhere. So we're going to put Heath at short. Now you got to put Will somewhere, so we stick him at center. And then third base is open, and that goes to
No,
Gale.
you can go Heath at third.
Well, either way, right? But
yeah, no, that's right. I'm still a little bit worried that Ben's sitting this one out. I hope he's all right.
Yeah. And then Seamus gets Ben's spot and left.
Right. That's the way I'm seeing it. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. That was one of those ones that was hard. It made a loud noise, like ball on bone.
I didn't see that one. I must have been going for a walk, watching from right at that point.
Well, you had your dog there, right?
That's right. I had my hands full.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, Narinder and I were right there. It was, I've known Ben for a long time, and it concerned me, but Dad said it wasn't broken, so hopefully it's straight.
Good. Just bruised.
All right, here we go. 1-2. This is an important batter for Nicky. We do not want any more runners on with nobody out. High fastball, swing and a miss, and the ball hits the
George,
umpire's
get the
helmet. The ball's rolling around on the first baseline. You don't see that every day, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, went off his helmet, and then George stopped to check on the ump to his credit, but that was a live ball.
I think we're all going to have a meeting here. From the way I saw it, it was a swing and a miss, a drop, third strike with the ball hitting off the umpire's helmet, rolling all the way down to the Archie dugout, so everybody's safe, unless the umpires come up with a different ruling. No, this meeting's about checking the umpire out.
Yeah, we're checking the ump right now. I think George looked back at that umpire and saw a look on his face and said, "This guy, he might not be okay."
Yeah, I didn't know if it hit George, but you're pretty sure it hit the ump, right?
Yeah, it was the ump.
Yeah.
George, you gotta protect your ump a little. That was a high fastball.
I don't know. That's not like George.
Actually, wait. Why isn't he on first? I guess it was not strike 3.
Well,
huh? Now I'm confused.
No, I mean that doesn't. I don't understand that call. That was they're calling it strike 3.
Oh, you know what? It's a strike 3 out.
Oh, maybe because there were runners on. There's no drop third strike. That's what it is. No.
No, they were on second and third, though. Maybe it was you can't steal with. Maybe they called it interference or something.
I don't know. Well,
dead ball.
That's a better outcome than what I thought. So now we have runners on second and third, 1 out, and an 0-1 count to the cleanup hitter, Cruz Moran. And there's a curveball blocked by George nicely.
Or did anybody actually get that ball and get him out? Was the runner even running?
I thought he went down to first.
Everybody's looking at the ump. It's hard to tell what happened.
I know.
Anyway, it's runners on second and third here.
1 out, 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a nice fastball on the outside corner. So Colton played a lot of travel ball with Cruz Moran for Marin baseball, Bill. And seen this kid play a lot of travel ball. Good kid, and it's fun to see him out there. There's a foul ball.
Well, there's a key at bat here right now for Nicky. He's ahead of the count with 1 and 2 and 1 out. If he gets this strikeout, that's going to let these guys relax a little bit.
Yeah, it's huge at bat here. It was a 1-2 pitch to Moran. Big bender. This one gets past George, and this one's going back to backstop, and the runner's going to score. Bounce too wide. So Nicky's curveball giveth and it taketh away. That was a big breaker.
Yeah, tough one to handle.
Yeah, that was a tough one to handle. All right, now we go to 2 and 2 with a run in, and the runner on second advances to third. Nicky still needs to focus on the batter at the plate. Wow, that's a huge curveball that stays inside.
Yeah, a little high. He's leaving some of these balls high and in. Well, on a righty or lefty rather.
All right, here we go. A third full count, and that ball is called strike 3.
There we go. Tears the phone book.
I thought maybe he was going to call that ball for Bill.
Yeah, it was a close one. Nice pitch, caught the corner.
All right. Yeah, Ump gave it some thought and went that way. So now we've got the number 5 hitter, Durkee, who had a nice day on Tuesday. There's a strike for the curveball right
That
across.
is a beautiful curve. It is coming right out in there. Starts out outside of this right-handed batter and comes right in over the plate.
Oh, 1 to Durkee. And there's a hard grounder to short. Heath takes it on the back end, comes up quickly. That's a nice play by Hookenauer. 3 outs, and the Hawks get out of it.
Let's take a look at that one on replay here. Heath coming in to play short for the first time in a while. Makes it look easy on a hard hit ball.
That was a great play, Bill.
That'll send us to the bottom of the first. So after half an inning, Hawks let a couple guys on base, 2 guys on base, and give up 1 run. So I think they're happy to get out of it with that.
All right, folks, we'll see you back for the bottom of the first. Let's see if I can hook up the music here for the fans. Back in a moment.
All right, and we're back in the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Hawks, we're going to have Will Weir stepping in. Cruz Moran is going to be our pitcher today for Archie. Throwing to Faircloth.
All right, here we go with Will Weir, and Cruz is high and away. Fastball, ball 1. I've also gotten to see Cruz pitch a fair amount. As you can imagine, Bill, he's a big, strong kid, and he, at least back then, used to throw hard, and he threw that one pretty hard.
Yeah, he's got some pace on that ball.
That's inside ball 2. Cruz literally broke his arm pitching, Bill, so it's really exciting that he's back out there. He threw a lot, and something popped during the game against Mill Valley, apparently.
Well, that happened to Dara Zulfagari 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
He actually broke something. He broke a bone as he was throwing in his elbow. It was crazy.
So effectively, Cruz did too. It's like a kind of an avulsion fracture where the ligament pulled a chip of the bone, right?
Oh, yeah. I know the avulsion. I've had an avulsion fracture on my thumb.
You don't want that.
That's a 4-pitch walk for Will Weir. Couple of easy takes.
Yeah. 2 close ones, then 2 easy takes. So good start for TM. 4-pitch walk, and I've seen Cruz struggle with control, so we'll see what happens here.
Got Dylan Murphy stepping in.
That ball's a wild pitch and gets the ump again. This guy's got to wonder what he did wrong today.
That's going to be an easy steal for Will Weir on that wild pitch.
I'm feeling for the ump, Bill. That got him right on the left foot.
Dude, these guys got to take care of this ump a little better.
I mean, we got some pitchers with some live, that was a fast fastball that was way in front of home plate.
It's a tough job being an ump. These guys don't always get the credit that they deserve. They're back there getting banged up pretty well.
Bill, you saw enough of the game on Tuesday to appreciate Faircloth, this catcher. That guy played a hell of a game.
Oh yeah, he was playing great behind the dish.
Yeah. All right, that's called strike on the outside corner. 1-1 to Murphy. There's one right down the middle, swing and a miss. 1-2 to Murphy. Dylan was one of the few hitters I thought on Tuesday that was on the pitcher, Bill. He got some good swings off. A lot of our boys were a little late.
Mm-hmm.
A ball again gets by Faircloth. And Will makes his way to third. 2-2.
Well, just like that, Hawks have a runner on third with no outs. I got to be liking that.
Yeah.
Archie's going to move their infield in. They're going to try to get this play. Any squibber is going to go home.
Creates an opportunity for Dylan to knock one through the infield. Here we go with the 2-2 pitch to Murphy. That ball's high. That's coming in easily at 80, Bill.
Yeah, I believe it.
In my amateur opinion, we saw Seabass throwing about that hard, and he was at 81, 82. And that's inside ball 4.
Well, that's 2 walks to start off the game.
For both teams.
George Graham's going to come into the plate.
All right, George comes up with a chance to do some damage here. Runners on the corners. We'll see if Dylan goes. Faircloth will just throw him out. I mean, this guy, he'll throw down. I'm pretty certain of it. And there goes Dylan. There's the throw. It's cut. No, not cut off. And he got him. It's just what I feared, Bill.
That was a great throw.
I'm here to tell you, this guy does not mess around.
Well, and Cruz has a pretty quick motion to the plate, which gives him a chance.
Oh, swing and a miss by George at a nice breaking pitch by Cruz. So now we're in the hole, 0-2. Swing and a miss on that same pitch on the inside. Strike 3.
Well, Cruz has that quick motion, but he's also lefty, and that's going to keep that runner on first, at least, a step or 2 behind.
All right, now we got 2 outs with the runner on third, and Colton's in at the plate. Looks like Cruz is starting to settle in a bit. Yeah, the ball's on the outside corner for a strike. Probably a good take for Colton. Not much he could do with that one.
Yeah.
Swing and a foul right back at us. High fastball.
Ugly finder.
Yeah. Colton's right on that one. That one came straight back. Now he's in the hole 0-2. And spikes a curveball blocked really nicely by Faircloth. That had tie game written all over it, Bill.
Yeah, I know. Way to get in front of that. With 2 outs, Will Weir's got the green light on anything that gets past.
Yeah. And, with these live arms out there, the ball's been bouncing pretty wide. 1-2 to Zen. That's called strike 3. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good pitch.
Yeah, he knew it. All right, well, Tam made some opportunities there, but the 3 and 4 hitters both go down on strikes. So after 1 full, it's Falcons 1, Hawks nothing. All right, we're back. All right, folks, we're back here going to the top of the second. 1-0, Archie after 1. Faircloth stepping in.
Well, missed opportunity by the Hawks in the bottom of the first. They're going to hope they could shut things down quickly here.
I don't know if Tommy forgot about Faircloth, but sending Dylan was a risk there.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lefty pitcher, you got a strong catcher, you have no outs, you know. Maybe you hold.
Here's the 0-1 to Faircloth. The ball is in the dirt, blocked by George, 1-1. There's a ball nubbed toward the first base side. This is going to be a challenge. And shoveling and safe at first. It's just in the no man's land.
That's a little duck fart grounder.
Tough on Cal, but I think that's Cal's ball. And Nicky needs to bust it over to first. There's just no way that Dylan can make that play.
Yeah, that is a hard ball. You got Ferris stepping into the plate. Squares the bunt, fouls it off. For strike one.
I'm sorry, I'm catching up on my book.
It's all right, I'll cover this.
I got something wrong. Yeah, give me a second.
All right, 0-1 count.
All right, we got 0-1 to Ferris here. Runner on first. There's a line drive into left center. That's going to drop for a single. Will runs over and knocks it down, throws it back into shortstop. Sharp single by Ferris. First hit of the game.
Well, just a couple minutes ago, I turned off first base cam. I turned off replays because we were way behind. Can you check it out again?
So Jeff O'Brien has come to tell us that we're a little off kilter with the sync of the audio and the video, folks, so we're going to work on it on our end.
Yeah, I know we had we were pretty behind for a while, buffered up. And so I turned off camera 2, got rid of replays, and I saw the feed caught up. And so hopefully the audio is better synced. We'll keep an eye on it.
There's a ball right in front of the plate, and I guess it's foul. Yeah, foul ball.
I don't know why that's foul.
I think George just kind of assumed it was. Maybe the ump just went with it.
Plate's in play.
Yeah, I don't quite. I might have hit the batter. All right, we got this is Charlie Ignacio, another kid we know from Marin baseball. He squares away to bunt. Again, there's a nice curveball. That one clearly does hit him, so it's 0-2. All right, folks, we understand we're still out of sync. I'll just keep calling the game, and hopefully we'll link it up as quickly as we can. Meanwhile, 0-2. And the dirt, ball 1. Here's the 1-2 to Ignacio. There's a big bender. Doesn't catch the outside. 2-2.
Yeah, George tried to frame that one, but it was a little too much to pull off.
Couldn't tell if the ump was going to give us that one, but no. All right, now we got 2-2 to Ignacio. Runners on first and second. There's the one that goes.
There's the strike.
Wait, yeah, there. It took a long time.
What's that? What are you laughing at?
It takes them a while to call it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess you knew it was a strike.
Yeah.
The bench knew it was a strike. All right, anyway, that's a strikeout. So now we got one out, runners on first and second, and Bott is up, the center fielder, batting ninth. There's a throw to second. Nicely done by...
Almost got him over there.
Yeah. Heath snuck in there nicely. All right, so lefty on lefty here. There's the pitch. There's a curveball over for a strike.
Yeah, that's a beauty. He's definitely dialing that thing in now.
Yeah, he gave up that sharp single on a fastball, so he may be sort of wanting to lead with the curve here until they hit it. Hunter taking a big lead off of short. There it is again for strike 2.
Same pitch.
Same exact pitch. Just as hard to see as the first one.
Let's see if he goes back to the well. Let's see if he goes 3 in a row.
Lefty on lefty, I wouldn't rule it out.
I talked to Stefan.
Okay.
This one is low and away. Yeah.
Well, for a while the video was really delayed, and I think it might be buffering to catch up.
All right, 1-2 count, folks, and we know we're out of sync. We'll just keep calling the game. You can turn down the audio if it's too annoying. We're hoping that by buffering we'll catch up without turning it off.
You know, in between innings, maybe we'll just restart.
Okay. Meanwhile, 1-2. Fastball's high. 2-2. There's a sharp curveball called strike 3 on the outside corner.
That's a great pitch.
So Nicky strikes out the last 2 hitters with curveballs, and that brings up the leadoff hitter Springer. Runners at first and second, now 2 outs. Top of the second here at the nest. That one is inside, and George gets it. May have a play at third. No, he's going to hold on to it. That one broke in the dirt. Tough play for George, and both runners advance.
Yeah, it's that lefty curve coming in. Actually, I don't know if it was a curve, but it was definitely tailing.
It was definitely a curve.
Yeah, it was going George's right to left into the dirt.
All right, 1-0 count. There's a fastball for a swing and a miss.
It's a great pitch. Playing the outside corner.
Yeah, Springer looked like he was sitting on the curveball there. There's that time he was. Oh, and George goes down to second. Runner gets back.
We got a runner on third, fellas. Pay attention.
He had a shot. He took it.
No, I know. I just worried after second, who caught it over there?
Well,
after Dylan caught it, I thought he was reminding we got somebody on third.
There's the 1-2, and there is a fastball. Strike 3 on the outside corner. All right. Wait, was that a drop strike?
Yeah.
I missed it.
It kind of popped out at the end.
All right, so that is Nicky striking out the side and holding the Archies to 0 runs. So going in the bottom of the second, it's still 1-0 Archie. We're gonna. Are we going off air, Bill?
I'm gonna take. We're gonna go off audio for a minute and maybe restart. I want to check things out.
All right, we'll see you back when we see you, folks.
And we're back in the bottom of the second. Sorry for that brief interruption. Hope that our audio is now synced a little bit better with our video.
All right. Nikki's leading off. Nikki Welter hitting in the 5-hole from the left side. The count is 1-1. Cruz just pumping in a strike over the outside corner. 1-2 to Welter.
Carter, you like blackberry lemonade or raspberry nectarine?
I'll take whatever you don't want, Bill. I'm good either way.
Oh, wow, that's a tough call, putting the pressure on me. Okay.
I'm going to leave that to you, buddy. Thank you. All right. Cruz's misses are pretty dramatic, but when he's got it over the plate, no one's really catching up with it just yet. 2-2 to Welter. That's a spike. This umpire's
That's
just got to. This umpire's got to wonder. That was an incredible pick by Faircloth.
Yeah, Faircloth's helping him out now.
That had bruised thigh written all over it. All right, full count pitch to Nicky, and that ball is going to be a called strike three. Yeah, he got him on the outside corner.
Yeah, he just found that corner. That's a tough pitch.
I think for the boys it's tough because they see Cruz bouncing a lot, but they're big misses, but then they're strikes.
Yeah. And he's coming in with some velocity, so you don't have much time.
And Heath, with that in mind, takes a hack at the first pitch, fouls it back. Good swing by Heath.
Hawks still trying to pick up their first hit of the game.
Yeah. There's a fastball tailing away, 1-1.
That was our challenge on Tuesday. Hawks had 3 hits to Archie's 10 hits.
Yeah.
And that reflected pretty clearly in the score, 10-1.
It's just a fastball, really hard to hit ball, tailing away on the outside for Heath. 1-2. It's the 1-2 pitch, and Heath tries to check it. Does he check it? Can't tell if he called down and asked for help. And he said, yeah, I was a little worried about that.
Appeals to the first base ump, calls him out.
Took him a while to appeal, but they did, and the umpire called him out.
That was interesting. I mean, shouldn't the catcher be appealing, or in high school is it the ump that does that?
Generally it's the catcher. I assumed he did, but did the ump finally ask for it?
Yeah, the ump asked for it.
All right. Well, now we got O'Brien standing in with the quick 2 outs and taking a fastball for a strike. I have to say, it's easier for us to say sitting back here, man, but Tam's got to get up there ready to swing in a fastball, Bill.
Mm-hmm. Get up there, get aggressive.
And that curve bends in that curveball.
Nasty curve.
Well, maybe the first curveball is known for an actual strike over the plate, but, I can forgive Gale for not swinging at that one. But Gale's quickly in the hole, and 2. And there's a couple, blows it by O'Brien.
Just like that, 3 strikeouts.
Wow, that was nasty, Bill. Let's be honest about it.
Cruz Moran, I mean, that was quite a display on the hill there.
Yeah, I think Tam's got to hope that he doesn't stay in that rhythm.
Yeah.
All right, folks, after 2 full, it's 1-0 Archie. We'll see you back in a little bit.
All right, and we're back in the top of the third. Hawks trailing 0-1 to Archie Williams.
Stepping in, the top of the third is Rode, number 2 hitter. There's a swing and a foul. Swing and a miss, strike one. Road walked in the first inning. It's the 0-1. That one is low.
1-1.
Tam outfield straight away except for O'Brien, who swung around to left. That ball is on the inside corner for a strike. Fooled Road.
Nice looking pitch.
Road was bailing out on that one. All right, now Nicky's up 1-2. I wouldn't be shocked to see the curve here, Bill. There it is, and there's a swing and a miss in the dirt. George comes up with it, throws over to first nicely. One away. That's Nicky's 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth strikeout by my count, Bill.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
5 and 2 1/3.
Yep. All right, now stepping in is the number 3 hitter, Manning. Playing right today. There's a nice fastball by Nicky. Manning pulling off that one a little bit. 0-1. Miranda's on deck. Ball's in the dirt, blocked by George. 1-1.
Well, this will be a test. We'll see how Nicky's able to manage this part of the lineup second time around.
Yeah. There's a number off the end of the bat for strike 2. I'm trying to remember what part of this order did the damage, or just going off memory, it seemed like the hits were kind of spread throughout the order on Tuesday.
Yeah, they seemed like they were spread around. I know Cruz had a big day, as we mentioned.
He did. And there's a long drive. Deep. Oh, well, that's off the end of the bat. More than I realized.
Oh, Manning, that was a hit.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
He hit that ball. I actually thought that might have been gone off the bat, but he did not get it quite on the barrel.
Well fielded by Seamus Maurer.
Yeah.
Out and left. Made it look easy.
Seamus didn't have to move more than 2 steps to catch that at the end of the day.
It's a little tricky, this time of day playing left field out here at the Nest.
I wonder if we have some cloud cover at least for those guys. Anyway, 2 outs. Cruz steps up, takes a pitch low and away. Cruz struck out looking in the first. There's the 1-0. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. 1-1.
Yeah, he was definitely fooled by that.
He was. There's a ball. 2-1 to Moran, the pitcher. Nobody on. Did you hear what I heard, that George is next up to pitch today, Bill?
Oh, really? I wasn't. I'd initially heard.
There's a drive to left field. Seamus is camping out under it, takes a few steps in, way up in there, and drops it. I think he didn't see it, Bill. And there goes Moran jogging into second. It's a tough break.
I think he lost it. That's what I was saying. It's bright out there.
Yeah. Did you notice his cap fell off?
Yeah.
And I think that might have cost him. He was right under it and didn't catch it. And Seamus is so good that you have to believe the sun was in his eyes. So that's a tough one. Got to give him an E7. But we'll see if Nicky can minimize the damage. 5-hitter Durkee steps in. Curveball a little low. Ball 1. I like my choice, blackberry lemonade, Bill.
Yeah, I'm pleased with raspberry nectarine too. So,
I should say I like your choice.
Good.
Worked out
well for all of us here.
All right, here's the 1-0. There's a pop, another high pop fly to left. Let's see if Maurer has better luck. Who's calling it, though? Seamus calls. His hat falls off again. We got to talk to Seamus about his hat size or something.
Tighten that thing up.
But that one made me nervous, in that Will and Seamus both seemed to be calling for it at one point.
Yeah, that could have split them. I was a little sketchy.
But, these guys have been so solid in the outfield, and they came through. All right, folks, so after 2.5, it's still 1-0. We'll see you back. All right, folks, we're back at you. Bottom of the third. Archie 1, Tim nothing. Coming to the plate, hitting in the 8-hole today is Seamus Maurer. Cruz back out there on the mound. There's a swing and a miss at a fastball. Strike one. It's a good challenge for the Hawks, man. This kid throws hard, and they just got to come out and look fastball.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get.
Wow.
Step back in the box and try to see it.
That's 0-2. Swing and a miss.
Steady diet of fastballs coming at you.
That's a sharp breaking curve that stays outside.
Well, we got a couple viewers here on TAM TV. If you're out there, let us know where you're tuning in from on the chat. Let us know how we're sounding, if we're in sync.
Swing and a miss and a changeup. Strike three for Maurer. Remind me, Bill, I got to go. I always like to invite the visiting fans to join us on our broadcast. I forgot to, because I got here late today. I forgot to do that.
Oh, yeah? Well, got to watch out. We got to make sure they have media training,
They have media training?
No, anybody we put on the mic,
Oh, no. I mean, I just want them to listen. I'm just.
To listen. I think you invite them in here.
No. I just invite them to tell the grandparents for the Archie boys to listen in.
Oh, yeah. We should have a watch. We have a little Watch TAM TV sign on the home stands. We should put one on the visitor stands.
Exactly.
If we don't have one.
It's high 1-1 to Roberto Santo Domingo, getting called up from the freshman team. With the Hawks down a couple players.
So he's DHing.
He's DHing, yeah.
There's a wild pitch. Let's see. Who's he DHing for?
He's DHing for Cal Byrne.
Yeah. Well, good to see Roberto here. Getting some ABs with the JV squad.
Yeah. I don't know who else is here today for the Hawks and who's on the bench, what their other options are. Oh, Roberto does a nice job fouling that fastball off. 2-2.
Well, our scoreboard is offline today here at the Nest.
It was going for the first 2 innings and then ran out of batteries.
Yeah,
right?
The remote's out of batteries. If anybody's nearby with some double A's, help us out.
Swing on by. We'll pay double.
Yeah. We'll hook you up at the Snack Shack.
Yeah, there's a raspberry lemonade with your name on it, folks.
For sure.
All right, that's 3-2 to Santo Domingo. Let's see if he can work something here. That's inside ball 4. All right.
There we go.
It's a 1-out walk for Roberto. That brings up the top of the order, and Will Weir.
That is our second base runner of the game since Will Weir, I believe.
That's right. Only Dylan has gotten on since then.
You know what? I'm looking. He has struck out our 3rd through our 8 batters now.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
First time through the order, he struck out 3 through 8. He walked Will, Dylan, and Roberto.
So no one's actually put the ball in play today.
No.
That's what
No.
that means.
Yeah.
All right.
Not even a fielding play.
Well, it is a 1-run lead, so we'll see if Tommy wants to test Fairclough. There's ball.
There's
It
a
gets
scud.
away from him. He doesn't have to test him. Fairclough throws, but didn't have a chance. So good break for Tam there. Again, the ball to Weir. Will's been, after struggling in the first couple games, has been swinging a great bat this season, Bill, and wouldn't put it beyond him to get a. Oh, and again it gets away from Fairclough.
All
This
right.
is not what I would expect from him.
Well, this is an opportunity for the Hawks again.
But Bill, I'm just telling you from the psychology of baseball that Tam cannot sit around and hope for pass balls and walks. They really got to get in the framework of driving the ball.
Yeah, let's see if Will can get the first hit of the day here for the Hawks.
Drawn in infield. 2-0 count. There's a beautiful fastball on the outside for a strike. 2-1. Infield is in. Dylan Murphy on deck. 2-1 pitch. Low for ball 3. I was checking the stats the other day, Bill. Will far and away leads this team in walks. He's always been good at that.
Yeah, very selective, well-disciplined hitter.
Yeah. 3-1. Cruz takes something off of that. Smart. That was still a fastball. He just dialed way back to get it over.
All right, full count with 2 outs. Let's see what Will's able to do here.
Just 1 out, I think, Bill.
Oh, is it 1 out?
Yeah. Okay, Will gets bat on that one to foul it away. Yeah, 1 out. Now we got it. Was that full count now?
No, it's full.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Strike 3, drop 3rd strike. Will does not run down to first. Could have put some pressure on him.
Good steal. Oh, the catcher's midway down the line. You should be thinking about it.
I was wondering about that. All right, but as it is, that is a called 3rd strike on Weir. And now we got 2 away. Dylan Murphy, who's been really swinging beautifully lately. This is a great chance for him to try to get a line drive. Look at the gap in left center. Well, I guess they're both swung over a little bit. Left fielder's really hugging the line. The ball was outside for ball 1.
Yeah, we're starting to get ahead of some of these counts a bit here.
Yeah. George is on deck, hoping for a chance to knock somebody in. Meanwhile, called strike to Murphy, 1-1. 2 away. That curveball stays outside. 2-1. Fastball stays high, 3-1.
Well, we're starting to see some pitches, which is good.
Yeah.
Get some pitches out of him.
Yeah, he's on 51 now, or maybe 52. All right, 3-1 to Murphy. Right down the middle. Swinging strike 2. I like Murphy was not. He swung at it. He took a hack at it. Wasn't looking to walk.
Yeah, no. He knows, runner on 3rd, 2 outs. You got to get the ball in play.
That ball's outside. Boy, Cruz almost quick pitched Dylan there. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, I didn't even see that pitch because I was
I
looking
know.
down. It did come in kind of
He came
quick.
really fast. He didn't make eye contact. This will be, we were in this exact situation in the first inning with Dylan on first, with runners on first and third. Tommy sent him, and Dylan got thrown out. I do not see him sending him again.
No.
Especially with George up.
Well, with Will Weir's strikeout, Cruz has now struck out every batter in our lineup with the exception of Dylan and Roberto. After just getting through the lineup just over once. That's impressive.
So we still have yet to put a ball in play.
That's right.
Everyone's either walked or struck out.
Yeah. George is looking to get up there and make something happen.
George going up there gloveless.
Yep.
But with the wristbands or whatever. He tapes
That's
his
tape.
wrist.
He tapes the wrists up.
Tapes the wrist, but goes up there with bare hands.
Yeah. Likes to feel the bat.
We got to check in with the ump, make sure he's okay, man. I'm worried about this guy. All right, here we go, Bill. This is kind of our first really pivotal moment in this game. Bottom of the third. We got the number 3 hitter up with a chance to do some damage with 2 outs. George takes a nice hack at a fastball, fouls it back. That was a confident swing.
Yeah, I think George needs to try to get at him while he's ahead, before he gets behind in the count, because then he knows he's going to get that curve.
Called that strike?
No, he called that a ball.
Okay, good. Safe the back pick at third. It's actually a close play at third. 1-1. That did not miss by much. Graham with the open stance. That pitch is just outside ball 2. Okay, 2-1. Cruz does not want to lose George. Oh, and there's a drive down the left field line. The left fielder's circling. It's way back. It's way back. It's gone! Home run for George Graham. A 3-run blast. Just sneaking out the foul ball. Way to go, George. That's it, folks. That's our first home run of the season. No surprise that it was by George. He's mobbed by the kids at home plate. And boy, does that light up this crowd, Bill.
Oh, man, that was awesome. That is George's first home run at this field, and he is pumped.
He got all of it. He hit a high, towering fly, picked the right part of the field, about, 10, 15 feet fair, and just got that thing out of here, right onto Miller Avenue.
That ball went out in a hurry. Yeah, everybody's coming in here.
Here comes Mom. Here comes Narendra. All the boosters.
Snoop's in here. Oh, my God. I had a hard time seeing it off the bat.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't doing replays. I hit replay, but because of the CPU, I had to turn it off.
Meanwhile, Colton knocks one out
with
the left
a shot.
field, but that one is being circled and caught right on the left field foul line, about 20 feet in front of the fence. So, get some wood on the ball, and Graham, with one swing of the bat, puts the Hawks up 3-1. We're heading to the top of the third with a new ball game, folks.
All right, and we're back here in the top of the fourth.
Here we go with a brand new game now, fourth inning, and it's now 3-1 TAM. And there's a line drive to right center. Zinn is racing back on it, covering the ground, and makes the catch in the alley. Nice play.
There we go. One pitch, one out. Colton makes it look easy.
Yeah, he did. That worried me off the bat, but he closed it pretty well.
Well, that was an exciting bottom of the third, and that's the kind of boost that these Hawks need right now. You know, they've been a little sluggish. They've been challenged with this Archie squad, and that'll get them fired up.
Totally agree.
Referring to the homer in the top of the third, bottom of the third for the Hawks.
I feel like, these boys are they're not the biggest team, and I think they knew coming into this season there'd be some challenges, and they've been doing great. I think that game against San Marin, Bill, was a downer when we were up and lost, and George didn't get some calls.
Yep, that was a rough one.
I think that was a punch in the chops. The boys had put some wins together, so this is a very important game for TAM in my view. All right, here we go. It's a 1-1. And there's a line drive to center right at Weir, though. He's shading his eyes. Does he see the ball?
He sees it. He catches it. Yeah, he got it.
They're battling out there, Bill.
It's tough this time of day. You know, if you look at the shadow of the poles on the fence, and they point directly from home plate to Will Weir.
Yeah, that's a great call.
That is a tough ball.
All right, so now we got two away, and we got Charlie Ignacio at the plate.
First pitch is a foul.
How awesome was that day?
Wow, we got. Yeah, that was pretty rad. We got Proud Mom in here.
Proud Mom is in here. Don't you guys have to buy free drinks or something? Is there a thing? Yeah. Oh, free red vines. Okay, fair enough. Next 2 innings, red vines are on the grams, folks.
Who's the sponsor for TAM baseball when a homer's made?
We
got to look that up.
Someone's got to pony up for that. Let's call it Malagani Tires.
Yeah, Malagani Tires.
All right. So meanwhile, it's 1-2 to Ignacio. And swing and a miss, strike three, and just like that, Nicky has an easy one, huh, Bill?
Yeah, he had two well-hit balls, the outfield caught, and then a strikeout. That's the kind of quick inning that we need, just like that. We're putting Cruz back on the hill. On short rest.
And I mean, to the point you've been making, we only have one hit. It just happened to be a really good one.
That is one hit, yeah.
All right, folks, we will be back. Didn't have a whole lot of time to talk about that one. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, folks. Going to the bottom of the fourth. Number 5 hitter, Nicky Welter, stepping in. Place is still abuzz from Graham's 3-run homer. Put the Hawks up 3-1. Now, there seems to be some kind of delay here. I'm not sure what it is.
That's why those walks are so important. Hawks had 2 runners on base from walks.
Yeah.
And haven't had a single hit. They got one homer. Now it's a 3-run homer.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been noticing, but the Giants keep getting more hits than their opponents, and they keep losing.
Yeah.
And now Archie is in that spot right now. We'll see what happens the rest of the game. Meanwhile, it's 2-0 to Nicky. Again, I told you, Bill, I've watched Cruz pitch for many years. Great athlete, but I've seen this before where it's either strikeouts or walks. There's a runner down first. That's a fair ball. Called a foul.
Called a foul.
Ooh.
That is a tough call, man.
Can we get a replay on that?
Oh, God, I'm not. You know what? I'm going to start capturing replays.
Well, I don't know if it's going to screw us all up.
Well, no, I think the second camera might have been it. When we were lagging, I shut off a lot of stuff.
Bill, meanwhile, I want to give a shout-out to Seamus Mauer's grandparents. This is Marge and Dick Mauer watching from Hamburg, New York.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
Love that. Hello, Mauers. I want to tell you, your son spends a lot of time at my house, and he's a good kid. Thanks for tuning in. Now we got a 3-1 count against Welter. There's a line drive. And there's your first non-home run hit of the game, Bill.
There it is. Way to go, Nicky. Way to get things started here for the Hawks in the bottom of the fourth.
That was a solid hit by Nicky off the barrel. No problem there. Anyway, hi to Marge and Dick. Glad you're joining us. Please text me or message us if you've got family watching. We want to do all our shout-outs today.
Yeah, so far Marge and Dick are the furthest viewers tuning in today. Let us know if you got them beat.
Uncle Steve, if you're there from Vermont, give us a shout. Meanwhile, Heath takes a first pitch for a strike. And there's a second pitch for a strike at the knees. 0-2 quickly in the hole. O'Brien on deck. Bill, it would be really key if Tam could put another run or two on the board this inning.
Ooh,
inside fastball.
Almost got him.
No.
Well, the Hawks have, now they're going through the order the second time. And with a fastball pitcher like this, that's an advantage. He's not going to throw a whole lot of pitches. They're fastballs. And when you start seeing them.
Yeah. Well, that said, that ball just was blown by
You could do something with it. Now that one was blown by him.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think the swings that Colton and George got off showed you that they're starting to time it a little bit.
Yeah.
Clearly, George. All right, now we got one out, and Gail O'Brien stepping up. Throw back over to first. Nothing doing there. Gail's a good fastball hitter. He can hit the speed. Nicky takes his lead off first. Swing and a miss by Gale on the fastball.
That's a tough pitch. Just getting the outside corner.
Yeah, Gale is setting up a little further away from the plate than some hitters, so that's going to be a tough pitch for him to cover. Here's a swing and a miss on the inside. 0-2.
You might want to get in on the plate a little bit.
Yeah, Gale's got to find a way here. 0-2. Oh, and a tough curveball. Well done by Moran. Swing and a miss.
Outside curve. That's a tough one. From the lefty. Comes right in and nips the corner of the plate.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of pitching by Cruz.
All right, Seamus, do one for your grandparents.
Yeah. All right, 2 outs. Mauer at the plate. Runner on first. Bottom of the fourth. 3-1 Hawks. Ball is low for a ball. Seamus has had 2 near misses on home runs himself this season, Bill. Love to see him get into one. There's another one in the dirt. Did you come to the, I don't know if George, was George when we went up to Casa right before break?
Oh, the big house, Casa Grande?
Casa Grande, yeah.
Before the break. Oh, no, that was Saturday the break, right?
Yeah, Saturday. Oh, you guys were on the trip.
We were out of town. We missed that one.
So Seamus hit a massive fly ball, very similar to the one George just hit. It's caught about 10 feet in front of the fence. With a little more wind, it would have blown right out. 2-1. 2-1 to Mauer. There's a shot down the third baseline, just foul.
Man, just foul.
Seamus got on top of that one.
He hit that ball square early on it.
I'd say this. People are sick of me saying it, Bill, but Seamus is never late, even on this kid. He's never late.
All right, well.
Big bender
Here's
stays
your fastball
outside.
pitcher.
Yeah, Seamus he's the one who could catch up with Henry Edwards.
Henry Edwards is playing again, I heard.
I got mixed information about that. I'm really glad to hear that. There's high for ball 4.
Ooh, that is a gutsy take.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much he could have done with that one at that height, so it's not a terrible take.
You think it was clearly high? I thought
no, I don't. I just think it's hard to get around on a shoulder-high
sure.
fastball like that. This is interesting. Now we got Roberto up here with a real great opportunity. That one stays high.
Yeah, Roberto came up for the Casa Grande game,
Yes, that's right.
and then he was borrowing George's uni.
How's that? Oh, that's right. Probably a little big on him, huh?
I don't know. Maybe I think it's a good chance here for Roberto to help out his
Well-
JV squad, make an impact.
He was right on that one, Bill.
Yeah,
Roberto can hit. There's no question about it.
yeah.
Love to see him get one in that big hole between first and second.
Yeah, look at that. Just a little poker.
Nicely lays off the curveball. Holds off 2-1. Will Weir lurking on deck.
Well, with 2 outs, Roberto wants to make something happen here.
Oh, there's this really nice fastball swing and a miss by Roberto.
It's a good cut. First home run, yes, for Tim
2-2.
on this field.
Inside, nicely done by Fairclough to keep that one from going to the fence.
It was George's first home run on this field, yes, in a game.
All right, now it's a full count. Everything online here. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul by Roberto. Roberto's getting off some really good swings, George. Bill.
Oh, yeah, everybody calls me George.
I'm going to call you George at least once a day.
And Carter, you're not the only one.
No, I know that, but it doesn't make it any better.
It's funny, nobody's ever called me Owen, but people call me George all the time.
Because you look like a George. There's a ball up the middle. It's not going to get through. It does get through. And here comes Nicky coming around. The throw's at the plate. It's going to be cut off. And there is Roberto, the freshman, coming through with a solid single RBI.
Attaboy, Roberto.
Well done by Roberto.
Solid at bat. You know,
Yeah.
he saw a lot of pitches. He laid off, some things he didn't want to touch, fouled off a couple, and then drove it right up the middle. Attaboy, Roberto.
Every swing he took in that at bat was a good one. I was actually trying to analyze the other day why I call you George, and I think it's just because you look like a George.
Well, I think part of it is that it's a generational name.
Yeah.
Like George is a
Yeah,
name from our generation.
right.
Owen is not. And so
Right.
people call me, they think it's my name.
George looks like a George too, but I think you just both do.
Yeah. Let's see. They're talking to Moran. He's got
Where's he at?
he's got 85 pitches right now.
Okay.
So,
I should
Hawks have managed to get to him here in the fourth. I can't imagine he's going to have more than another inning in him. Maybe if he's very efficient.
I'm here to tell you, I saw him throw at a travel game 110 pitches. He's just
Okay,
getting
well
warmed up.
then maybe he's got the rest of the game to
That was
go.
before he broke his arm. We'll see. All right. I'm not saying that was a good idea, but it happened.
Yeah, right.
All right, here we go. So now Will Weir steps in with a chance to add on. 4-1 Tim. 2 outs, 2 runners on. And there's a grounder to short. Right, and he kicks it. And there's a throw to first in the dirt. Nicely picked, and he got him.
He got him.
Wow. What a play by the first baseman. That was one of those routine grounders, Bill, that the runner was going right in front of the shortstop.
Yeah.
And I thought this is going to be trouble.
It's gonna be a
He
screen.
bobbled it, but he made a great play.
He made a great play, and I think he got the call right.
I do.
It was very close. And Will's quick.
Yeah.
He gets down that line in a hurry.
No, it was a great recovery by Archie. All right, folks, we'll be right back. All right, Bill, we're back at it.
All right, here we are in the top of the 5th. Hawks have some energy now after that homer, which led to a couple of hits and another run in the bottom of the 4th. So
Coming up is the 9-hitter, Bot.
So the Hawks enter the inning up 4-1. As we were talking about offline, sometimes hits are contagious, and especially when one of your guys hits a bomb off a tough pitcher, other guys start, getting fired up and getting balls in play as well.
Yeah, we've had, after George knocked it out, you think about there's been several barreled balls after that.
Well, yeah, the first time through the lineup, it was a no-hitter, and then after George gets one, Nicky gets one, Roberto gets one. They're contagious.
All right, I don't know. There's something going down the right field line. It looks like, we're still working on it. Okay.
They want to get a spotter for the bullpen.
Looked like there were multiple dudes down there. But anyway, now we're all set. So here we go with Bot standing in, hitting from the left side. He waits on that and knocks it way up in the air to Maurer. Maurer's hat blows off again. He settles under it and makes the play. I don't know, Lynn. Can you get on that?
His grandparents are tuning in. Maybe for Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas is too late, Bill.
Yeah, that's too late. Yeah, for next maybe an early birthday present. I don't know. We get a hat strap.
If we can get overnight on that birthday present, Grandma, that would be awesome.
Some two-sided tape.
All right, here we go. Standing in is the leadoff hitter, taking a curveball in the dirt. This is Springer. Nicky is at 70 pitches, Bill. There's a fastball for a strike.
Nice looking pitch.
Up in the zone, but certainly a strike. 1-1.
1-1. Yeah, we're not. It's 1-1. Scoreboard is off.
Oh, there's a drive to center field, but in play, there's Geese in the way. Will ranges over. The goose moves. Thank goodness. that Will would have run right over that goose.
Well, that was Will making the play. Will has not been having malfunctions. Seamus did stay on.
Yeah, it only falls off when the ball's hit.
We got to get him a smaller hat, maybe.
All right. The geese are literally taking over center field, Bill. There's about 30 of them. Low and away to Road.
I don't often see the Geese in front of the center fielder.
That's what I'm talking about there.
Yeah, yeah.
There's more of them, and they're coming in much closer to the infield than usual. There's another drive to left center. We'll see who gets this one. There's Maurer running over on his horse. No one's going to get that. And it's gone. That was a shot. Wow.
That was a shot. That is about 336 feet away to that right hawk.
Road for Archie.
On a high fence. So,
yeah.
All right. Archie guys are fired up with that.
Yeah, that was a blast and a half. Nice done. Nice job by Road. It counts for 1 run, so we're still in the lead. 4-2 now is the Hawk lead with the long drive by Road. All right, so lots of excitement here. First 2 homers we've seen on the JV at this park. Nicky comes right back, fires in a strike to Manning, the number 3 hitter.
That is a nice strike on the inside corner of the plate.
There's a bender and a chopper foul down the third baseline.
Yeah, that's all you could do with that pitch is try to get a hack on that thing.
All right, 0-2. Nicky shaking off George. Let's see what he wants here. He wants a fastball.
Wants the fasty.
Fouled back, 1-2. Nicky up to 77 pitches. And there's a blast to center field, but pretty much straight away. Will's ranging back, now comes in and makes the catch.
Makes
for the
the
third
play.
out.
Retires O. Manning.
Stay there. They don't even.
Well, the Goose don't move when Will makes the play. As a center fielder, I think Will gets to know a lot of these geese. You spend some time with them, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Will has some conversations with some of them.
All right, we're coming right back, folks. All right, we're back at it, folks. Going to the bottom of the fifth. Now it's Tam 4, Archie 2. Stepping in, the number 2 hitter, Dylan Murphy. New pitcher, Bill. We got Cone in. There's a looper down the right field line. That's going to be fair. Ranging over his right fielder, and it drops fair. Fair ball for Dylan, and a bloop single to start things off for the Hawks. That works. So this is Cohen, who pitched, if I recall, pitched on Tuesday. He was the second pitcher in the game, coming back out today. And now we've got George stepping in, coming in off of the big blast. Oh, that was another opportunity.
You know he's going to try to do it again.
He had a shot. That was right down the middle.
Expect to see some big hacks from him on this.
That was actually a very controlled swing.
Yeah.
All right, 0-1. I mean, he didn't overswing on his home run. He just
that's true.
Totally barreled it. Oh, there's a single. Oh, what a snag by Zach Cohen. What a play by the pitcher. And they get him at first.
Got him.
Holy cow. I called that a single. I thought that was going to go through.
What? I mean, I couldn't see. I was screened by the ump. Was it a one-hopper to the pitcher?
Yeah, he just picked it out of nowhere. Only because he was a lefty was he able to make that play. He just put his glove down. It was a really good play. So just like that, there are now 2 outs. Wow. And Colton steps in 0 for 2 on the day. Takes inside for a ball.
Well, that's a tough break for the Hawks. Starting to get some momentum and get a guy on base and run into a tough double play.
Yeah. 1 is in. And there is a foul ball down the left side, out of play on a outside pitch. Wow, that was a huge break for Archie. That should have gone through for a single. 1-1 is in. Swinging the foul on the curve on the outside. Massive hole in left center for Colton. That ball stays inside. 2-2. And there's a ball through the third base hole. Well hit, skipped off of the glove of the third baseman for Colton. Nice job.
Nice hitting, Colton. Way to keep things going here in the fifth. Got Nicky Welter coming in.
Colton goes the other way with a single, or I don't know how they'll score it, but a hard hit ball to left. And now we got a runner on first, and Nicky, who singled his last time at the plate, is up. Cohen had Colton lean back toward first on that one. Nicky takes the ball high and away. What's your dog's name, Bill?
Snoop.
Snoop. What's up, Snoop? 1-0
Snoop likes it in here.
to Welter. That ball's in the dirt, but blocked. Colton has to stay at first. 2-0 to Nicky. Huge thing if Tam can even put one run on the board, Bill. Get that run back. Colton's not going anywhere. So Nicky swings and misses at ball 3. High in the zone. Tommy pointing out that was above his hands. All right, 2-1 to Nicky. That's right down the middle for strike 2. Pitch is taken by Nicky. All right, now Nicky's got to protect. 2-2, 2 outs. Fastball's outside. Nice take by Nicky.
Good eye.
3-2. Heath Hokenadel on deck. And the ball stays up 5-4 with Colton running on the pitch. So now Tam mounting a mini threat with 2 outs.
Nicky thought about it. You know, he was stepping into it,
Yeah.
just checking.
I like that. You don't want to look for a walk.
No, of course.
All right, now Heath's got a chance to do some damage. Massive gap in right center now with the center fielder swung over into the gap in left center. That pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. There's a lazy fly ball to right center, but that may be trouble. And it drops. And here comes Colton around third. That ball is cut off, and Heath Hokenadel drives in the 5th run of the game. Nice work by Heath.
Bats are alive.
Attaboy, Heath. He found that gap. You know, that's that Bermuda Triangle out there between center, right, and the second baseman. He found it. Got the Hawks another run.
I told you, Bill, it would be amazing to get that run back, and they just did that with some nice hitting.
Yeah.
And now here's Gale up here trying to keep it going. There's Gale throwing one down the right field line. That could be trouble. Right fielder's ranging over and makes the play. All right, well, the Hawks are swinging. And so we now go to the top of the 6th with a score now of 5-2. All right, Bill, we're back.
All right, here we are in the top of the sixth where the Hawks are leading 5-2. We have a pitching change. We have Heath Hockenadel in to pitch for the Hawks, relieving Nicky Welter, who pitched terrifically. He threw 5 innings, only gave up 2 runs and 3 hits, had 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. It's impressive.
Great job for Nicky. Great job. Really needed by this team. Looking for a win today. Now it falls on the freshman, Heath. Cleanup hitter Cruz Moran coming up.
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full with his first batter. Let's see how he can handle him.
First pitch for a strike by Heath.
Starts out with a great curveball, breaking right in there for a strike.
0-1 to Moran. Heath shakes it off. Likes the second pitch. Leaves that fastball high, 1-1.
We've got some defensive changes here for the Hawks. We got Roberto Santo Domingo coming in to play some defense at left field, and Seamus Mowers moved to center.
There's a swing and a miss on an inside fastball by Heath. Well placed. And it looks like Nicky is now playing first.
Oh, that's right. Everything else remains the same.
Well, who's at short now? It's probably Will, right?
Oh, yeah, Will shifted to short. Yeah.
Oh, nasty breaking pitch by Heath, just outside, 2-2. Swing and a miss at a high fastball, strike 3 by Hockenadel.
That is a great pitch by Heath. Freshman coming in, facing the big Cruz Moran, who can really put balls out of here in a hurry, and he showed some excellent pitching getting that strikeout.
All right, now we have the 5-hitter, Durkee. Durkee's 0 for 2 on the day. He's the kid who did some damage on Tuesday with a triple and a single. Starts out with a pitch that's low and away, ball 1. Another curveball low and away, ball 2. Heath was catching that game. Maybe he remembers being up close to those hits and wants to keep it out of Durkee's power. There's a strike on the inside, 2-1.
There it is.
He's got kind of almost a short arm delivery on his fastball. It's interesting. Kind of darts it up there.
Shakes off George.
Oh, a fastball at the shoulder is called a strike 2. Nice pitch by Heath. 2 freshman pitchers today, Bill.
Shakes him off again.
That one's low and away. Full count to Durkee. This is an inning where the Tam Hawks want to get back into the dugout, Bill.
Yeah, you really want to get past this 6th.
They didn't want that. So that's a free pass to Durkee. He's got to gather himself and get ready for the next one. This is the catcher, Faircloth. 1 out, runner on first. Oh, he got him! He got him! That wasn't even close.
He rang him up. Bam.
I didn't see what happened there. I think he was leaning, and he just did a quick move over there, Bill, and he was out by 5 feet. What a great moment for the freshman, Hockenadel. Comes back and throws a strike.
Throws a strike. That's awesome.
Wow.
You know, you give up a base in a way you don't want to. What do? Throw them out.
You erase it is what you do.
That's right. Well, I was talking about some of the shake-offs. One thing I learned talking to George that's interesting is they have a sign that says, "Shake me off."
Oh, got it.
Which is pretty cool. The point is,
just get him thinking.
Get the batter wondering, well, what would he normally throw?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And there's a pop-up down the right field line. Nicky's ranging over, but it's going to be out of play down by the snack shack.
Yeah, I've never heard of the shake-off sign before.
No. Okay, now we got 2-2. And there's a bouncer up the middle. Will ranges over, gloves it, comes up quickly, throws beautifully to first. 3 outs. Heath Hockenadel, 3 up, 3 down for the freshman.
Let's get another look at that instant replay. Will makes the move behind second base, makes the play. Just like that, we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th, where the Hawks are up on Archie 5-2.
All right, Bill, we're back on. And we've got pinch hitting for who's he hitting for? Is he hitting for Gale? Anyway, this is Connor Stewart is at the plate.
Connor Stewart is pinch hitting for Seamus.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. All right, yeah, I missed Gale's. Okay. All right, and there's still a request to get a spotter there down in the Archie bullpen, and looks like we're taking care of that. All right, so we got young Connor Stewart out there.
They're telling the spotter you're supposed to protect your catcher.
Yeah.
Stand between home and the catcher.
The catcher is now helping him.
There you go.
Positioning him. All right, we're back here. We got the lefty Cohen on the mound. There's a swing and a miss at the first pitch by Connor. You know, Bill, 4 pitchers, 3 of them lefties. How often do you see that in an MCAL game?
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, we got a new pitcher again. Okay.
So this is the guy we had last
Oh, no, same guy.
Yeah, Cohen. But he was a lefty.
That's
then.
right,
He's a
Nicky.
lefty now.
And Heath, right.
Yeah. No, Cruz.
Cruz.
Yeah, Heath's a righty, but the other 3 are all lefties. All right. Connor, who, as you recall, got a nice hit on Tuesday in the right. Now he's in the hole 0-2. Ooh, pulls off that nicely. That's a tough take there.
Yeah.
We got Roberto Santo Domingo on deck, who singled in his last at bat. And that is just low for ball 2.
That's a
Yeah,
that's a gutsy take as well, I
Yeah,
think.
it was.
These are close.
That was close. Okay. Cruz Moran's moved over to first, I'm noticing. There's an easy take on that one. High fastball for ball 3. Tam just can't get comfortable. They need to keep adding on. Swing and a miss on the inside fastball, strike 3.
Yeah, I agree, Carter. They need to continue to pile on if they can, because this Archie squad, we know they could put up runs in a hurry.
Yeah, they can. And they've been making some contact, but our outfielders have done a nice job running some balls down. All right, here goes Roberto standing up. Roberto Santo Domingo. 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Swing and a foul. He is right on it.
And an RBI.
That's right. There's the 0-1 to Roberto. He takes that outside for a ball, 1-1.
Yeah, that RBI of his last at-bat came after seeing a lot of pitches.
That's right. Yeah, it was a great at-bat. There's a foul down the right field line. 1-2. Whoa. Ooh, I don't know how that didn't hit him.
Just got out of the way of that one.
2-2.
That's right, Roberto. We got ice.
And there's a hard hit ball, 2-hopper to third, easily up with it. Throws a little high and wide. Hits our first base coach. Probably kept that ball from going to the fence and getting Roberto down to second. Anyway, that's an E5.
It's a second error of the day from the Archie squad, both coming from third base.
They gave him an error on Colton's ball.
They ruled that an error.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
It was a
about
tough one.
That was a tough play. But anyway, that ball is high and outside. The leadoff hitter, Will Weir. 1-0. One runner on, one out. It's a swing and a miss. Oh, and they got him picked off by a mile. Somehow he
got around it.
Oh my goodness. Roberto's living right, man.
Dude, he head first slide on the outside, the backside of the bag. Somehow he was able to.
I don't know
avoid
how
that
he
tag.
got so far off of first. God, look at this lead. He's not shy about this, is he? There's a hard line drive to short. It's bobbled by the shortstop. Now he has to go to first. He's got no play. Speedy Weir. 2 errors in a row by Archie.
Yeah, this Archie squad, I don't recall them putting up many errors on Tuesday.
I don't, but I'm going to be honest with you. I do remember West Marin putting up some errors over the years. They're a big hitting team, but not a great catching team. And pinch hitting for Murphy is Kern Glenn. So now we've got runners on first and second with one out on some gifts by the Archie squad. And here we go. Let's see what Kern can do. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Strike one. George Graham on deck. The ball's outside. There's a throw down to second, but nobody's there. Picked nicely by the second baseman. Faircloth active behind the plate. Probably feels like he was robbed on that play to first, so he wants to go get one. 1-1 to Glenn. Swing and a miss on a low fastball. 1-2. One and two to Glenn. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. And here comes George up again with 2 runners on. This is an opportunity for George with the left-hander who doesn't throw very hard. 2 outs. That one's low and away.
This is a situation where great to get some in here going into the 7th. Give yourselves a little more padding.
I'm curious to see how they pitched him, if they're pitching around him a little bit. I mean, even though he would advance a runner.
Yeah, they seem like it.
I can't tell if he's just not finding the zone, but
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to go to him. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. I think they got to pitch to him.
That's what I'd think, but those were not very competitive pitches. Yeah, there he is. Okay, there's a pop fly out of play by George. 2-1. Yeah, I think he was just missing the zone. But it's a great opportunity for George here. 2-1. Leaves that one high. 3-1. Colton on deck. Oh, swing and a miss.
Ooh. He wanted that. He was not looking for a walk.
No. Cohen's kind of aiming it out there a little bit. He's not throwing very hard. Big change in speed from Moran. 3-2. That is the outside ball 4. George patiently earns the walk.
Yeah, that was good at bat. He's patient. He's trying to put that ball in play. He's not really looking for a walk, although a walk helps your team out. Bases loaded with, Colton batting behind you. Take the walk.
One of the many advantages of having George back on the JV is they have to pitch to either the 3 or the 4 hitter.
Yeah, you can't pitch around guys.
Yeah, before when Colton got hot, I think he was seeing a lot of curveballs for a while. And when George behind him or Colton behind George, they got to pitch to one of them. And now they have to pitch to Colton with bases loaded. See what happens.
Colton's been seeing the ball well today. Got robbed today with a tough ball at third.
Yeah. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Almost hits him. Walks as good as a hit.
Yeah, here's where a walk is just fine.
Yeah. Nicky has got a hit on the day, on deck. Oh, there's a swing and a miss on a slow fastball outside. I think Bill and Colton are both ahead of this pitcher.
George.
Yeah, damn. Yeah. That's low and oh no, no. That's not a good call, but that's okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Colton has to protect. That was a low and away pitch. And there's a poker.
That's going to be a base hit.
It's going to drop in the left center for a hit, and that's going to drive in 2. Colton just drops the barrel on it. Oh, no, George just hung up. How did this happen? All right, George is in the rundown. We'll see what happens. They run him to third, but they're a little slow with the third. I think he got in. Where's the –
you got him.
I'm not sure.
Well –
not before Colton drives in 2 with a single to left.
That is a great hit by Colton. And George, he's going to do some push-ups tonight at the dinner table for that one.
That's all right. It happens. All right.
Well,
so now we go to the bottom of the top of the 7th with Archie with its last opportunity with the Tam putting 2 more on the board. Now it's 7-2. And Match and Hokanadel is going to come back up, folks. So we'll get one more song on the burner here and see you back in a moment.
And we are back, heading into the top of the 7th inning.
Looks like the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Bill, for
Yeah,
Archie.
Hawks are up 7-2. They just patted their lead a little bit with a 2-run hit by Colton
Great.
to end the inning.
Great work by the Hawks getting on base in front of him with some timely hits and lots of good takes.
Yeah, it was a couple of well-disciplined at-bats
Agreed.
and followed by a timely hit. And that's how you win games.
I'm not sure what's going on right now. Yeah, Ferris should be at the plate.
There's a discussion about who should be hitting.
They almost batted out of order.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the ump stopped them.
I think the ump did. Yeah. Yeah, the ump did, Bill.
That's a heads-up play by the ump. How do you
Yeah.
keep track of the batting order?
Yeah, I don't know. All
We
right. So now this is Ferris. And he's 1 for 2 on the day. And there's 2 quick balls by Heath.
Well, that's nice of the ump because if he didn't say anything, that would have been automatic out.
There was definitely some confusion there. There's a line drive by Ferris up the middle. No doubt about that one. Will's got to get over, clear out the geese. He thought about second, but with a 5-run deficit, that would have been unwise.
Defensively, we have Curran Glenn entering the game at second base.
Sorry, is that Seamus? That's Seamus in center now, right?
I think our outfield. Yeah. Seamus is in center because Roberto is in left.
Heath took another crack at that early throw over there. That was a nice piece of hitting by Ferris. He's 2 for 3 on the day. But now we have number 22. Oh, McCollum. Yeah, he pinch hit on Tuesday as well, I recall. And there's Heath in for a strike. I like this umpire. When he sees a strike, he does not waste time. On the fastballs, on the curveballs.
Yeah, he waits.
Yeah, he waits on the curveballs. The fastballs, he picks them out. 0-1 to McCullough. That ball stays inside and high. I was saying during the break to you, Bill, this is a big opportunity for Heath. It's a 5-run lead, but a chance to close the game against an arch rival.
Yeah.
And there's a grounder off the end of the bat to second. This could be 2. There's 2-1. Glenn turns it high. Safe at first. A throw on line may have gotten him. I'm not sure.
And I think they had him if that throw was there.
Curran is not shy. He's got a great pivot at second. Just was a little high with that throw. He needed to really get a lot of mustard on it.
Just pulled Nicky off that bag a little bit. By the time he landed, that runner was there.
That's where you like having 6'3" first baseman.
It helps. And now he's picked off.
Picked him off again. I missed it.
Yes.
Unbelievable by O'Connell.
Keith is just so fast with that move.
So what did he not come set? He doesn't come set. He's not even on the rubber.
He's
right?
not
He
even on
just
the
throws
rubber.
over there.
He's like
Yeah.
walking around.
He's just walking around.
And that's poor discipline on your base runners there.
Yeah.
Like you don't start leading when the pitcher's walking around.
And you think they would have learned their lesson, but now suddenly, we got a bunt down the third
That's
base line. It's got to go foul.
Well, we're lucky that rolled
Yeah.
foul because that was going to be
He
a
could have
beauty.
gotten a double out of that one.
Yeah.
Now suddenly, Bill, everything changes. We've got 2 outs and nobody on. And Heath is out there just commanding the mound.
Yeah, with an opportunity to close this game out.
Boy, Tam needs this win. Bill. Mean the world to them.
Yep.
Oh, there's a swing and miss on a fastball by Bott. That was just an overmatch pitch. All right, here we go. Heath shakes him off. Fastball, inside ball 1. It's funny, Bill. I got to be honest with you. On Tuesday, the West Marin team just looked like the better team, but not today.
No, not today.
Oh, just gets a piece of it. I think when the boys get on their home turf and get the tunes going, it's just a whole new game.
It changes some things. And, at risk of jinxing anything.
Yeah, right. That's it right there. Now you can jinx it. That's the game.
That's the game. I
That's
will
the game.
jinx it.
Now you can jinx it all you want. A called third strike. That one wasn't even close.
That is a great game by the Hawks. And I'm going to say what I was going to say earlier. I'm going to point out Hawks have had one error this game.
Is that right?
And that was that high ball in the sun to Seamus,
It wasn't anybody's fault.
It was, yeah. I mean, that's forgivable, right? They played flawless defense against a team who can hit.
Yeah.
And they put up 6 runs against Archie's 4, 6 hits against Archie's 4 to make it a 7-2 ball game. And so if you hit the ball and you play tight defense, you'll do well. And how about the pitching? Right?
Pitching was incredible. Nicky, what an outing for Nicky. Heath comes in and shuts it down. And I got to say, you can't say it, but I will. George's home run changed that whole game because we were not looking strong against Cruz. We didn't have any hits.
That's right. We had gone through the lineup with no hits and 7 strikeouts.
And we weren't, frankly, honestly, getting good swings off. And George just came up there and changed that all with one swing. And after that, you pointed out, it was a different baseball game. We were making contact, getting good swings, even off of Cruz.
Yeah. Yeah, at that time, guys started getting hits. They also started getting deeper into counts and getting more pitches out of them.
Yeah.
More pitches out of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Nicky Welter throws 5 innings, gives up 3 hits and 2 runs. I mean, that's incredible.
What an outing for Nicky.
7 strikeouts.
Yeah, Nicky he's very poised. That change of speed between his curveball and fastball really works for him, and he throws that curveball a lot and effectively.
Yeah, and then Heath comes in for the 6th and 7th, strikes out 2, walks 1, then picks the guy off, gives up 1 hit, then picks the guy off. Love it.
Yeah. So going through your box score, Dylan Murphy was 1 for 1 today with 2 walks. George, of course, 1 for 3 with a big 3-1 bomb. Colton 1 for 4 with the 2 RBIs. I might take a little issue with the other hit, but good work for him. Nicky, of course, had that solid single. If you recall, Heath had a nice single through the middle. And Roberto had some great at-bats in this game, Bill, and got on base twice. And really helped out the team. Well,
and brought it and drove in a run.
That's right.
Some clutch hitting.
So who's up next? We were going to head to Ensenal tomorrow, but I don't know if you saw that got rescheduled to Monday.
Okay.
So we are now just to give you folks, your fans, an idea of what's coming next.
I will tell you what's coming next. I'm going to use my next. Okay, so Ensenal is no longer happening.
No, Ensenal's moved to Monday.
Monday, okay.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, the Hawks are at Nevada.
At Nevada. Look at this, Bill. We've got how many baseball games in the next week? We got Monday, Ensenal, Tuesday, Nevada.
Friday, Nevada.
No, then I have Wednesday against Branson on Game Changer. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but I think that's a rescheduled game.
I don't have that. I'm looking at.
You're looking at Team Snap?
No, I'm looking at the new TAM Sports app, which we should give a plug to.
So TAM Sports app is awesome by Narinder Rocherol, but what I don't think he got was the reschedule of the Branson game. If I'm right, we've got that many games. I mean, I don't know. We're going to have to find some pitchers.
It's going to be a busy week for us.
Does the 8th grader have any availability?
Yeah, we got to go to the middle school.
Yeah, let's get middle school availability.
Well, that was a good day for the Hawks. That gives them some good momentum with going into what's going to be a busy week. And with that, I'm going to sign us out, Carter.
Sounds great, Bill. Thanks for having me, and great day at the yard. And we'll see you. So when will we be seeing everybody next? Then what's the next home game?
Next home game, I think, is going to be. I'm not sure about this Monday game, but
That's
Tuesday. Tuesday we're